Hey guys, welcome back. Bushcraft family, back again with another video. And yes, usually I do these at least once a month. And yeah, today it's going to be a little different. It's more of an emergency type market review. So I figured I would put this out there as soon as I could. I didn't really want to wait until to the beginning of next month. So there's some reasons behind why there's going to be a shortage in produce, a lot of price hikes and stuff like that. So just hang on. Let's go ahead and switch over to this real quick. And there we go. And this is for October the 14th. There'll be another one of these out tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, but Friday. But like I said, this is one of those emergency type deals. Now, you may look at it right here and it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? And I'll explain more as we go why there's going to be a lot of shortages for fresh produce and whatnot. And then eventually in the cans and stuff like that. Okay, first of all, we're going to go with the asparagus. Recent rain and excessive heat in Mexico are impacting production. Volume from Peru is studied to lower, and demand from the West is pushing the market higher. So, yeah, prices for asparagus will be going up. Avocados, and it still surprises me this is not on alert. But the Mexican harvest is strong and expected to increase as Peruvian volumes decline. The industry expects to have Peruvian fruit into October until its 2022 season finalizes, which is expected mid to late October, which is right now. And then you have green beans. Eastern supplies are short, being that's under alert. Georgia shippers experience a gap in production. Western supplies are extremely limited due to production gap in California due to heat, coupled with a heavy harvest delay due to rain in Mexico. Expect prorates. And then we got our berries. Blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries. Supplies have increased as more regions are ramping up. Markets are steady. We got strawberries under alert. Demand exceeds supply as Northern California is waning and transitioning into southern areas, but there is still not enough to cover demand. Market is active. We go up here to broccoli and cauliflower, which is both are under alerts right now. Markets are stronger as the supply remains limited with ongoing issues or quality issues impacting yields. Cauliflower supplies are unsettled and markets remain active. Quality is fair. And we got the celery. Celery markets are steady with supplies or good supplies and quality. And then citrus, which may be changing here in the near future. We'll have to see how weather progresses. We got oranges under alert. Citrus, lemons, limes, and oranges. Supplies are improving as the new crop volumes increase. The old crop is mostly choice as the fruit is tired due to summer heat. Lime demand is lower into this week. Volumes are heavier in the mid sizes, 200 count. Quality has improved with some styler, and blanching. Orange markets are strong with limited supplies, 88 to 138 count. California, Valencia, oranges are waning. Quality is fair on domestic Valencia, with some regreening present. Chilean navel are better quality. Volumes are at higher markets and smaller. Forgot to turn that off again. Jeez. Could have swore I turned it off. Sorry about that, guys. Where were we? At higher markets and smaller cartons. Navel should start by the end of the month. Now we're going to go up here to our top 5. We got carrots, which are an alert. Markets are stronger. Jumbos have lightened or tightened. Corn supplies are limited in the West. And then we got the herbs for number 3. Quality is fair. Supplies are limited with active markets. Onions. Markets are strong due to stormy weather expected affecting supplies. And we got our chili peppers, which is Western supplies are light due to a harvest gap. Now, once we go down here, we're going to go see the big change here. So you can see we see a lot of red. Now I'm going to explain to you what some of the issues are. If you haven't noticed, you're in the east and southeast. We have gotten a very early cold front that has come by, and a lot of farmers are rushing to get their produce out as fast as possible. So they're picking it early. That means the normal harvest time when we would normally get this stuff won't be here. And then there's a transition time to when it goes from the south, like Georgia, South Carolina, Florida, those areas, to where garden or farms are still growing this stuff. So we're not going to have that. And there's going to be a pretty sizable gap between when it was supposed to transition to the West and Mexico. So you'll hear a little bit more about this as we go. Cucumbers are under alert. Eastern markets are increasing. Much of the Georgia crop has been damaged by hurricane winds. Northern regions have finished production due to cold temps. Western supplies have improved. Quality is fair. Volume is gradually increasing from Baja and northern Mexico. And again, like I said, they're going to be weeks behind of what they usually are. And we got eggplants under alert. Markets have increased. Most of the product is weather scarred and yields have decreased. Western supplies from California and Mexico remain extremely limited. California quality is fair. Mexican supplies are inconstant with good quality. Markets are high until northern Mexico starts production. And we're going to see a lot of that here. We got grapes, green and red, looking good. Markets are steady, adequate supply, but quality is challenged due to extreme heat with wide range of quality in markets. And we got our lettuce, iceberg, romaine, pretty much the whole 9 yards there, under alert. Typically, the INSV virus, as Salinas Valley season ends, attacks romaine and iceberg, but due to weather, it has extended to all lettuce varieties, including hybrids. Some fields have been lost entirely, and good fields are harvesting or only harvesting roughly 70% of normal. Many growers are harvesting lettuce much earlier than normal, leading to lighter weight iceberg and little to no romaine hearts. Demand exceeds supply. Expect conditions to be like this for 4 to 6 weeks until Yuma begins their season. Honeydews, cantaloupes, and melons, all that yummy stuff. Markets have stabled as Mexico has started with both varieties. Quality is better from Arizona and Mexico compared to California. Remember when California used to be the top go-getter for all this produce and stuff, and now they've Arizona is doing better than putting out better produce now. Okay, we got onions, white, red, and yellow. Markets are steady with a possible increase as PNW harvest wanes. Growers packed produce from storage. And then we got peppers. Red, yellow, green, the whole rainbow there. Eastern supplies are lighter as old growing areas finish. Western green bells are extremely short. Red bells remain limited through October. Yellow bell supplies will improve by the end of the week. Hothouse red bell peppers supply remains snug. And we got potatoes. Markets are steady as growers are getting down to the last few fields. Quality is improving. Squash, yellow squash, and zucchini. Well, I said squash twice, but yeah. Eastern supplies are coming from Georgia. The volume has decreased due to cooler weather, resulting in higher markets. Western supplies from northern Mexico are improving. Quality is good, and the market is trending up with the demand pressure from the east. And we got our tomatoes on our alert also. Markets are active on all varieties from both coasts due to lack of availability of recent hurricane tropical storms. Improvements are not expected until January. Hothouse beefsteaks, TOVs, supplies are also short. So you got to look at that, the market for tomatoes. And I also said this about shortages. One of the shortages is going to be tomatoes. Anything tomato base is, you're going to see a lot of shortages or price hikes with that stuff. So keep that in mind. It's actually worse now than it was back then when I made that prediction. And then we have our reality check, our supplies on the left and our price on the right. And we can kind of gauge and there is a lot of stuff right there in alerts. Look at that. But let's go ahead and down the line. We've got green beans, both supply and price are up. Same thing with broccoli. Cabbage looks like it's moving up as well. Cauliflower, same thing. Lettuce does not look good for lettuce. Ooh, look at this, mushrooms. I'm surprised they didn't have this up there because mushrooms are usually not on their alerts. And we're seeing both price and supply is up. Peppers, another thing. Zucchini, tomatoes. That's the one thing I'm more worried about is the tomato market right there. So we've got November, December, and January to hold out for tomatoes. That's if there's nothing that happens. And one of the big markets is Florida. One of the big markets for tomatoes, and they grow them pretty much all year round down in Florida, is there's an extreme cold front that may dip down into Florida. And if that happens, then we're looking at a longer period of time for tomatoes before we lose them. And if that's the case, then all we have is Mexico. And if that happens, Mexico is going to bump up the price for their tomatoes, because out of Canada and Mexico, Mexico just became our number one for imports from Mexico. So we're relying a lot on Mexico here lately. But anyways, guys, I hope this sums up a lot of stuff. But again, the cold weather coming in so soon down in places, Oklahoma, Texas, all the southern states right there are being hit by very cold weather, and farmers are getting their crops when they can. So that's going to leave 3 to 4 week period before Mexico kicks back in. So be warned to get that produce when you can. Until next time, God bless.